Yeah, so a couple of issues left. Let's quickly look at the OECD model for double taxation avoidance agreements. The OECD, that's the Organization of States for Economic Cooperation and Development, has actual model conventions, right, that countries can actually look at, and they say on the basis of that they can enter into various agreements with other sovereign countries. Okay, there's also a UN model. Most of India's treaties are based on the OECD model, though we do incorporate elements of the UN model. There are two types of agreements. There are limited agreements, comprehensive agreements. We have limited agreements with Pakistan and Afghanistan, restricted to income derived from operation of aircraft and cargo, right? And then we also have comprehensive agreements with nations like the UK, US, and Australia, who are our trading partners basically and are considered allies, right? So, we have limited and comprehensive agreements. I've given you a link to a full list of India's DTAAs in the slides. Have a look, it's quite interesting. Now, quickly, there's been a lot of misuse of the DTAA. This is what's known as the Mauritius route. The DTAA between two nations was signed in '83 between India and Mauritius. Now, the problem is round tripping, right? We spoke about this. What is round tripping here? An investor exploits the tax advantages offered by a country with which India has a DTAA, takes money out of India, and finally brings it back disguised as foreign investment to do what? Avail further tax benefits, okay, as foreign investment. So, see, in Mauritius, here's what happens. In Mauritius, under the DTAA, capital gains on sale of assets in India by companies registered in Mauritius can only be taxed in Mauritius. Okay, so if you are a company resident in Mauritius, right? Sorry, registered. If you are a company, yeah, if you are a company registered in Mauritius, right, and you have assets, right, in India, you can sell those assets basically, right, and those assets can only be taxed in Mauritius, right? Now, what tax is attracted when you sell assets? What tax is attracted when you transfer capital asset? You should know by now, capital gains. However, there is no capital gains in Mauritius. There is no capital gains tax in Mauritius, right? Short-term capital gain is taxed in India, they're exempt in Mauritius. So such companies escape paying tax in both countries. So what do? They sell assets in India, basically, right? The proceeds of that completely escapes tax in Mauritius. Then they take those proceeds and bring it back to India as foreign investment because they're registered in Mauritius. They bring it back to India as foreign investment, and that foreign investment is essentially entitled to more tax breaks and tax benefits, basically because you want money to come into the country. Okay, this is known as the Mauritius route. This is round tripping, a rampant problem that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has promised to address. So we'll see what he does on that front, basically.